I was playing Rainbow Friends 2 and I realized one thing: each mission you complete in the game appears a different scene showing some characters. So I thought, what if I recreate the scenes and phases of the game Rainbow Friends but inside Minecraft? But to be able to do this, it won't be that easy. I need to organize everything I'm going to use in this video in a list so I don't get lost. The first thing on my list that I need is to separate all the scenes that I'm going to recreate in the video, and in total there were 6 scenes. For the second item will be the scenario of each of them, which I will build from scratch, and in third place I'll get all the characters of the game Rainbow and bring them into the mine, and finally I'll use the mod that is made to record movies, and then everything will be ready for us to start creating them. I entered the world plan, and it will be where I will recreate all the scenarios.
Well, let's start with the first scene, which is when you start the game, which is a forest scenario, and soon after it shows a man who is apparently the owner of the park with the scissors literally bigger than him. And to do this, I started creating the map from scratch and trying to make it as equal as possible. So I built the whole part of the map with the entrance of Rainbow Friends. I made the part of the wall where you enter to play the game. I put the little scenario where the park owner is cutting the fence with the scissors, and then I did the rest of the details like the trees, the leaves, and the stones, and the result was very good. Friends, I finished the first map, and being very honest with you, it was very good. Yeah, I know it's not a big map like that, but it's because it's just going to be the first part scenario. Don't forget that we're going to do the scenario of all the other parts of Rainbow Friends too. Here is where that guy is with the giant scissors cutting the fence. So let's start the first recording right away. I'll do the following. I'll morph this guy here who's going to be kind of like the park owner, right? I took his skin and brought it to the mine. Yeah, maybe it wouldn't have been so much the same, but I tried to make it look like a mustache and a white hair. So he's going to stand here in this part. And just like in the scene, I'm going to put the record button here, and he's going to stand still. He's going to stand still, cutting here, kind of crouched, and then he'll see us coming, look back, and he'll start talking to us here. He got a little suspicious. Hey, I'm going to repeat this recording several times only with different characters and skins. So when I finish the scene here, I'll come back to show you. So I finished the scene, and look how it turned out. So I started building the little house around the demarcation I made. I used a mini block mod to make all the perfect details. To make the garage door, I used a 3D model. I filled the scenery with a few more things, and so it was very good.
Okay, tell me, this scene was very good. I know it's kind of simple, but if we compare the original game, it's also very simple. It's no wonder I used the same audio from the game, the same sound effects, and even the same text. To be as equal as possible, yes. So now we can go to the second phase of Rainbow Friends. Blue goes to the left of the map, and the apparently owner of the park asks if it's really blue. He says it may have been a bad idea to come to the park. He gives an idea that we can use a drill to escape from there, and soon after, the yellow appears for the first time. So that's what we're going to recreate. So now we have to create the next scenario, which is what I just showed. If you thought it was difficult to create this scenario here, now it's much worse. Because I'm going to have to do the Rainbow Friends lobby in the part of the arch where blue appears, the room where the drill is, the snow mountain with ice decoration and a bridge, set up a mini sand scene to look like the place where oranges use a 3D program to make a whole modeling of a roller coaster, and do all the decoration detail with trees, boxes, and posts. And it seems to have been easy in this time here because it was very fast for you, but it took a long time. It took a long time, but it was worth it because the end result was like this. Incredible. Yeah, there's only one problem. Yeah, everything is fake, exactly. Here behind there is no scenario. I said in the time-lapse that I was going to make a sand scenario to look like where orange is, and it really is just showing up because it really isn't here too. The scenario ends here, and the roller coaster, the giant wheel, it's in the middle of nowhere because in the scene scenario, in this case, my camera will only be in this angle here. There's no reason for me to create the whole map if I'm not going to show the whole map in the video, you know? It's a waste of time. but let's go to the recordings. As I showed you, what happens is that Blue goes exactly in this part here. He walks from one side to the other, so without wasting time, I'm going to come here and press a button and start recording with Blue. When I start recording, he'll come here exactly. Then while he's passing there, a character will be standing right here in this part. I put a random skin of anyone as if it were a Roblox character, and he will see Blue passing by and look like this. Then the teacher will be here in this part looking at the students. I don't know if they are students, teacher. He's a weird old man, and he'll be looking over there and he'll be afraid and he'll ask that question, was that Blue? I don't think it was a good idea to come to this part. And then he talks about this hole here that I also created the scenario from scratch. And up here I made a special scenario. As you can see, it will be more or less in this angle here, and we'll have a vision of Yellow. Yellow will appear here. We'll fly up. Let's go, obviously. And then the scientist Red will say, Yellow. I didn't imagine he would appear on stage so early, something like that, because, you know, he's the scientist who takes care of colorful friends. So I recorded a scene with each character different to put everything together and make a complete composition. And it's more or less like this. All the characters standing there while Blue passes by, and then Yellow flies away. Not to take too long from you, because this video is already longer than I imagined, and I'll show the result of this second scene here, and then we'll go to the next. Well, we're getting to the final stretch and there are still 3 scenes to do. I'll try to summarize what I did with each one of them so I don't waste too much time, because this video is already giving me a lot of work. So without further ado, let's go. Because here's the thing, what just happened was this. They decided they were going to use this tool to escape the park. Then after they do the next mission in the 3rd scene, they use this tool. And where do they use it? Exactly here in the little house in the 1st scene. They press this door here using the tool, and then the door opens, right? I'm going to make an animation of it opening, and a lot of balls come out of here. The balls are called looks. And then after that, the character that is revealed is finally our dear Cayenne. Seriously, for me, she's the coolest character in Rainbow Friends. She's revealed going after a little Joan, a bug, right? That Reggie says, why is Cayenne so interested in this bug? So it's going to be these 2 scenes that I'm going to do now. I literally recorded a scene with each character in the excavator machine, and then I positioned the balls and made the animation of each one of them jumping from inside the door. And after that, we needed to do Cayenne's scenario, which is when she appears running after the little Joan. So I put the fence, grass, trees, and the scenario was ready. Here is the part of the recording with the machine and the balls, the looks, right, that I positioned. Then using editing, it's going to be very beautiful. And coming from now on, we also face the scenario where the character Cayenne will be. I'm going to put her walking here, this little Joan in this case, right? Not Cayenne, so she's going to walk and she's going to move forward, okay? And then Cayenne will chase her. I don't know why she's so interested in this bug. That's exactly what Reggie says. She looks at her, everything else, gives a little bite and bye. I just need to position the camera. I think this is going to be a good scenario for her, and I can do the recording. I also did the following. I built another scenario, which is the scenario of the end of the game. When you go through the roller coaster there, now yes, it's a roller coaster. You can go through an iron that is broken in the middle, ending the game and leaving the character Cayenne trapped, and that's the scenario I created. And yes, he's here. Look, it was really cool. So that's it. Stay with the final results of the last 2 scenes and comment if you liked it, because it's a lot of work.